everyone, welcome back to another art lesson. Today we're going to kind of start drawing out a city in a James Rizzi style. So getting started, I'm going to put my name on my paper so I know it's mine, and then I'm going to start by drawing out some shapes to make my buildings. So I'm going to start with rectangles. Some could be taller and shorter, and I want to kind of make them so that there's some layers. Now, I can make my buildings also have some different things on them. Now, my next layer, I'm just going to make sure that I can still see my layers, but they're going to be behind. And then I'm going to make one more layer even before behind it. So this is inspired by James Rizzi, but you guys can take your own inspiration from different architecture around you. So I am going to just make some different kind of parts that I'm going to put on top of my buildings. So getting started, I drew out my shapes, I drew the layers in, and now I'm going to add in some windows. So now that I have everything drawn out, you can see if you need to stop your video, and I time-lapsed making all the video windows. If you need to stop your video and actually pause it for a second just to get all your windows in there, but I used a variety of shapes, different lines. I tried to incorporate some of those faces into my building just like he did. And so once you have that, then you're gonna go back with your marker and you're gonna go right back on top. The nice thing about pencil is if you make something you don't like, you can always go back and erase it. But when you want it to be that part that makes it a little more bold and crisp, you can take a black or a different colored Sharpie if you want to make some more outrageous lines, and you can go back on top and actually trace. So I'm going to do this again in time lapse, and then I'll come back and show you the next step. Getting started, the last step of this is to add some color. And I'm gonna do part of mine with color crayon and part of mine with watercolor. And so I'm gonna use the wax of the crayons to go around and color some of my areas in. And some of my areas, like if I want my sky to be blue, I could go around the outside of my buildings where it touches the sky, and I could just give them a little blue outline. So I'm going to keep doing this in time lapse.